Hi guys, today we're going to list and we're going to start by cleaning out our closets. Yes, we all have a few things to spare in our closets. Then we're going to photograph those few things and we're going to list them from the beginning to the end. And we're going to talk about portions like titles, item specifics, pictures, description itself, and we're going to list on our brand new eBay account and make some money. Let's get started. If you have kids, that's the easiest place to source. They always outgrow their clothes. And then all you do is throw it in a big pile. Very big pile. And here is your first inventory. You can do the same thing with your closet and with your hubby's closet. With your kids' closet, and don't forget laundry rooms, they store a lot of stuff. Now with this, I will use a lot of it for our casinni liked items. I'm gonna list them dirt cheap just to get the movement. Some stuff that I will pull out of here are more pricier. They will actually be sold probably $19.99. Still gonna keep my prices lower in the beginning because I want to attract buyers. I want to start movement, and closets are the best place to get that stuff done. Plus you get to declutter, and on top of it you get to make some money and grow your account. Alright, that looks good enough. Let's get started. Okay, let's talk about lights. You don't necessarily have to have fancy schmancy professional lighting to have great pictures. Daylight is your friend, but again, not everybody can take the pictures during the daytime, so what do you do next? You can buy this awesome little monstrosity. I have a few sets. I bought an umbrellas originally. I like them, but they weren't giving me enough light during the evening when we were photographing, so I switched to those guys. They're okay. Okay, this is the light. There is a set of two of them. It has switches in the back. You can turn on all the bulbs individually or all at once. And let's look at the actual bulb. So there's this sheet that comes up, and then inside you have another sheet and lots of bulbs. So they can be turned on individually or all at once. And this guy works pretty well. I think they were $120 on eBay. Amazon sells them. I am not a photographer, so I don't know too much about them. You might want to watch a photography video, but if anybody wants to know where I got them, I can find a seller and I can give you guys an item number if you want those particular lights. But what do you do if $120 is not in a budget and you'd rather spend that money on inventory versus lights? Found that this little trick works really well. Just go to Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's, wherever store you have near you. Pick this guy. He's like $4.99. He clips on to things, which is awesome. Do get, because they have different bulbs, don't get just like plain bulb, and invest $20 and get a professional bulb. Not a professional photographer again, so I don't know much about them, but I have noticed big difference between the pictures that I was taking with just a regular everyday bulb and when I got a bulb for the photographers. I think that Kelvins are much higher in there and it kind of filters the light differently. So you might want to just invest extra $20 and get a really good bulb. Again, if you want to know what it is, I could look it up, but I'm not the best person to advise on the bulbs. But you got this little guy and you got the bulb. Get regular parchment paper piece of that, put it over, rubber band it, turn it on, clip it to whatever you need it so it positions right on the item, and this will be just as good as the big guy over there. That's kind of my little hack, my little under $10 hack for the big giant over there. Now, I personally do use the giants. Well, my girls who photograph, they use the giants. However, sometimes when I do like shoes or something and I need a little spotlight, I actually use that, and I have a homemade softbox that works beautifully. And the reason I did a homemade because I wanted a specific background. I didn't want it to just be plain white. I will make a video on that later, but yeah, this is your light. So we have our pile. We lay stuff out. I like to align everything. It has to look pretty. So the bottom, make sure it's all aligned. Then fold one sleeve, the other one leave open, and take pictures. Now, pictures. Casinni loves pictures. The more pictures you have, the better are your ratings. I do use mannequins and dress forms a lot. I feel some items just, maybe I'm not great at flat lays, but I cannot lay them out flat and show the entire style. So for especially plus size items, they're very awkward to flat lay for me. If you found some easy bulletproof ways to flat lay plus size clothing, please leave me a message, comment below. I would really love to know that. But for me, plus size goes in mannequin. That just no buts about it. Regular size clothes, I used to put everything in a mannequin. But lately I've been kind of liking flat lays more and more. They're way faster. So I've been experimenting with that, and I'll let you know as I progress how that goes. But for kids' clothes, obviously it's going to be a flat lay, and especially tops, skirts, flat lay. Dresses are harder for me to flat lay, but I will attempt to. So when you're laying something out, and it doesn't really matter if it's in a mannequin or flat lay, you have to keep in mind that it has to be appealing to an eye. If the picture looks ugly, don't expect great sales. So you have to align everything, button everything up. Colors need to be pointing the right way. With sweaters, I just basically fold one sleeve and let the other one be. Take lots of pictures. Remember, Casinni loves pictures, Google loves pictures. More pictures will help you be higher in the best ranking search, and you want to be higher. So take the front, take a different angle, zoom in on the detail, take a picture of the label, flip it over, take another picture of a label so they can see care instructions, so they can see material that it's made from. It doesn't really take more than a second to take that picture, and the customer has that information, and you have more pictures for Google and Casinni. Other than that, there's really nothing to it. Okay, let's talk about picture editing. I like to use Picasa 3. Probably not the best program, but this is what I'm used to, and this is what I use. So once the pictures get uploaded to the computer, now I don't take my own pictures. I have girls do it for me, so it doesn't always look like the way I would like it to be taken, but you know, you gotta sacrifice something. If I would be taking my own pictures, then I would have to put in twice as many hours, so that had to get cut out. That's why I like to edit them myself, because at least I get to manipulate them a little bit before they go online. So with Picasa, it's very easy. You basically open up your picture and you see how it's kind of a little crooked. The picture's a little off. So let me see how I can do this. Right here you can click on this little button, and then you get to straighten it a little. And it gives you grids, which makes it a little easier, and then you can apply. You can crop the picture as well, like this. And now that we cropped it, I want to re-straighten it because I don't really like that look. Okay, and then I also like to adjust the light, which is that little sun thing over here. And I sometimes like to give it like a little more boost of light. And then there's the next picture. Not really gonna crop or anything here, just gonna give it a tad of light. I do like to take pictures of the tags most of the time. Girls don't forget about that. Sometimes they do. Now this picture, you could see how crooked it is. I mean, somebody didn't have their Cheerios when they took this picture. And I don't know how much I could really do to it, because no matter what I do, it's still not going to be straight. So when you guys do your pictures, when you photograph, try to align everything so it looks nice. So this doesn't really look like this, because there's just not much that could be done to it at this point, no matter what I do with it, unless I like completely angle it and make it look a little weird just to give it another look. Not much could be done. I also put a lot of stuff in lots. The t-shirt like that by itself probably would not get me much sales or a lot of money for it. So I usually take little stuff like that, I put it in a lot. And let's lighten that up a little bit. And see, all of this little wrinkling and stuff should have been pulled apart, so it's nice and straight and not crappy like that. This is not the way to take pictures. Again, picture is completely out of angle, completely wrinkled up everywhere. I think me and my assistants will have a little chat. I actually have a new girl that I'm testing out for pictures, and we always use mannequin for everything. This is her first time ever doing flat lace, and I think the whole background thing is still a little bit hard when you're adjusting to it. But she did a good job zooming in and taking little stains and stuff. This is my son's coat, and so most likely it's just dirt, and before I post it I'm going to take a wet rag, and most likely that will just come out. But I do ask the girls when they photograph, if they find a defect, to take a picture of it. Then when the item gets to me and I am the one who's listing it, I will make a decision if that item should be going up for sale or if it should be going in a donation bin. And this is strictly because of volume, because I do such a big volume and I have 3 different accounts. That's the only way I can kind of manage it all. I make a decision on the spot. So if I had to run to the photography room every 5 minutes looking at the item, if they should photograph it or not, it would just kill a lot of my time. So our rule is we photograph everything, and then when I am listing it, that's when I decide if it's going up online or not. Okay guys, let's start listing. When you're new, research will take a lot of your time. I kind of don't research anymore, not because I know everything. I will very rarely research an item, but mostly because no matter what the item is, there are just simple rules on how to list it, and as long as you hit them all, you're going to be fine. You don't necessarily need to spend a lot of time researching it. So when you're listing your first item, start with what you know. You know the brand of an item. Start with that. Try typing that in. And for some reason, it's not typing. Okay, let's go. And you could see that Cassini is already pre-filling some of the searches. Some people swear by this. They say that you have to put your title the way Cassini pre-fills it when you're trying to type in new item. I don't know if that is 100% true or not. Also remember that this is my 4th account that I have started. I have 3 really big accounts, and I have tested lots of things. Free shipping, no free shipping, words and caps, words without caps. I randomly would test things, and I have not found any difference in sales if you use the same order as Cassini pre-fills. Now, you could do, you could try to pick up Cassini order if that's, if that's what you want to do. But we know the brand, we know they're girls, they're not women, and we know their pants, so we can click on that. And it's going to bring up everything that other people have listed. Let's, for a quick second, look up some titles. This title right here is actually really good. The only thing she shouldn't have done, and she should have not put, or he, whoever that is, have put that word in caps. Do not use caps in your titles. That's like this title right here is not good. Remember that what you want to achieve when you are listing, you want that relationship between Cassini and Google. So not only do you want to come up in eBay, you also want to come up in Google. And from what I've been told by eBay itself and by a few seminars I went to a few years back, Google just does not like caps. And I noticed in my own personal listing, when I list stuff with all caps, my sales, I still sell. I cannot say I don't sell, but my sales are slower than if I do something like this where only the first letter is capital. So do not put all caps in the title. Also, you're always starting with brand. Always. The fact that she put girls here is actually good. If you remember when we were typing into our search bar, girls came up as second. If it would be women's, we would probably put women's up there. And then the third word I like to use is kind of what she did, is what it is. So we're going by who made it, if it's girls or women's, and then what the actual item is. And then we're going to use the rest of the stuff to fill only words that belong with this item. Don't use any filler words. Nobody's going to search for amazing, unbelievable, great condition, and all that other stuff. Nobody cares about your filler words. Do not use them. We're strictly using only words that pertain to this item and that people will be searching this item by. Another way you can also search is look at sold listings, which is right here. Okay, and now we can see what has sold. Always try to search by recent first. I know you can change it by lowest and by highest, but just because somebody fell in love with one item and paid gazillion dollars for it, it doesn't mean you should be searching really by highest, because that was once in a lifetime chance. Also, if somebody's clearing out their closet and they don't care, they're making Cassini happy, they're gonna list stuff at 99 cents. So searching the lowest is really kind of, I feel, not a good indicator or judge of anything. So I like to do it by the recent activity, and you could see what your item would pretty much go on. And there's somebody who did a lot, but their title sucked royally, so obviously they didn't get a lot of money for it. But this title is beautiful right here. She had who made it, if it was, what category it was, so obviously it was girls. She put bootcut. I would have flipped those two things, but again, this is not going to, obviously she still sold it, it's in green, so it's not gonna make it or break it. It's just how you used to writing the title. And she included, like, bootcut is important. That's when somebody's wearing bootcut only, that's what they would search for. It is jeans, it is denim, it's pants. She included collar. Now, you could put this in item specific, so this doesn't necessarily have to go here, but that's what she, chose to do, and that's fine. And again, and then she included size. I probably would have maybe change that word for, you know, something a little more like if the band was adjustable or the waist size or something. But either way, overall, this is a very good title. Let's take a look at her actual listing. Not loving this part. And we're going to talk about description. But overall, you know, she pre-filled everything. And she didn't charge. The shipping was free. And so you could kind of look and see what they are selling for. Here another lot, and I am big on lots. You're gonna hear me talk a lot about lots, especially for the new sellers that don't have a big limit. If eBay gave you 100 listings, don't be listing bunch of, list Cassini happy items. So do have your little 99 cents, but don't be listing your money makers at, you know, $9.99, because by the time you listed 50 of them, boom, you're out of listings because you need another 50 for movement and for Cassini for that month. So if you lot stuff up, and honestly, this is size 14, so it's a size below what my girl wears. They are not very big items. They are probably weighing about 10 ounces. So if you're picking up pants, kids pants, or like kids tops or any kind of a thing, if you're picking it up in kids size at the bins, you're probably looking at 50 cents a pair. So the girl is probably, let's say $3 at the most that she has invested into this. But because she lotted them together, because they were all the same size and they were all the same category, she's able to get more for them. If you're going to list them one by one, this is size 4. Now, sizes do matter too, guys. If you're going to be buying anything below 4T, don't expect a lot. There's a lot of that stuff out there. And so basically, the lower your size, the less money you're gonna get. Here is another lot, and this is size 12, 4 pairs. You know, pretty similar to that other price that we saw over here. She had an extra pair, so she was able to get extra $10. Okay, so this is your research. I guess you don't necessarily have to waste your computer time to do your research. You could just, you know, your kids are watching TV, you're sitting on a sofa, on your phone, run through the sold category in whatever you brought home that day. Eventually you're gonna get really good at this, and you will not need any of it. But let's just pick a listing. Let's pick this one. Okay, so here we are. She had 6 of them. She sold 1. 5 are still available. Now, if this is your first listing and this is where you starting from, right below, so you found something that is kind of like yours, which is kind of like mine, except I have skinny jeans and this is boot cut, so I will change it. Click on sell similar. Okay, so it gets you to this screen. Now let's talk about it. Category. This is really important. You have to put your stuff in the correct category. Not only is it important for Cassini, it is also important for Google, because that's how Google's gonna pull from you. Also, if you have a store, make sure your category is in the store set up. You don't think it makes much of a difference, but for Google, it actually does. And both Google and Cassini, you want them to work together, because the more they like each other and the more they like you, the more visible your items are and the more you're going to sell. You and me could have identical items, but if I'm higher in Cassini than you are, my items will be seen and yours will not. And you can be buying exact same stuff that I am buying and you will not be selling them because your Cassini rankings are low. So you always kind of want to, just as much as picking up good inventory, you also want to keep Cassini in your mind. You want to do everything and anything that is Cassini friendly. So the category, because we clicked on somebody else's sell similar, is all pre-filled. It is kids clothing, it is girls, it's sizes 4 and up, because I have size 10. And now we even have her title. Now, don't be lazy. Change the titles to fit you. So we're going to keep who made them because they're the same. We're going to keep the girls part in there because that's what it is. We are going to take out the bootcut part. I don't know what that is. And we're actually going to type in jeans next. And then we can do denim and pants. And then the rest of that, I really don't like. So, they are skinny. Okay, and then let's put word stretch in because they do have stretch to them. They are adjustable waist. I will add that in there. What else can I say about them? Skinny leg probably should have one in there, right? Okay, and now we need size. You still have 4 characters, and technically you could take away word size. You don't necessarily need it, and that would give you, 8, probably with the space, 9 more characters if you wanted to add something else. Now, this is important. Google and Cassini actually both, they will only take the first 3 or 4 words of your search. That's kind of what they crawl through with their little algorithm when they're checking stuff. And when you type in, so you don't want to start your titles with anything but facts. The brand, the category it belongs with, is it girls, women's, and what it is. That's all you want to start with. The rest of the words, they will still be picked up by Cassini. They will not be picked up by Google. So you want to say all your other skinny legs, stretch, adjustable waist, and all that other fun stuff in the second part of your title. Don't put any fillers. Do not put any characters. Nothing unnecessary in there. Nobody wants to see any dashes, any stars, any exclamation points. Nobody needs all of that. Cassini doesn't like that. Don't put it in your title. This is pretty much it as far as the title goes. Now, the condition is pre-owned. And if you have anything you want to say, like a button is missing, there is a rip, there is a stain, put it in here. The reason you do it is because a lot of people shop on their phone, and when they look on their phone, that box actually pops up, and it will tell them right there what the item is. When listing your items, guys, be very, very, very honest. You don't want returns. eBay makes returns very easy for the buyers, so there's no reason to embellish or make your item seem better than it is. Absolutely not. Tell them up front everything. Take pictures of everything. You will still sell the item. If the price is right and if the item is in good Cassini standards, you'll be surprised how many damaged items I have sold. I'm actually going to make a video just on damaged items because I come across a lot of cool stuff. A lot of them I'll actually show you how to fix. It's really not that difficult. But that's, a video in itself. But if you have any kind of damage, please put them in that box. Don't hide them. Your buyers need to see it, and they will still be okay with buying the item as long as you disclose. And here they are. You can select them all at once. Click open, and out they go. They load fairly fast. Now, I only have 3 pictures for this guy, but remember, the more pictures you have, the better. Because I'm gonna list this item cheap, I kind of don't, bother to add a lot more pictures because it's extra time taking it and editing it, but, you should If you have a chance, definitely take more pictures. Okay, item specifics. Those are very, 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 very important. You want to pre-fill them the best that you can. UPC is required because it has the little green guy over there. So if you don't have it, just write does not apply. And that'll be good enough. Brand. You can either pick your brand or write over it. Obviously, because we're copying from the previous listing, everything is kind of pre-filled for us. The size is 10, the cut. Let's see if they have slim or skinny. Straight leg, nope, that's not it. Jeggings. Oh, that's what we should have put in the title. Duh. Okay, so here goes our little size. And now it gives us 9 characters. And we are going to add it right there. And it says so right on the jeggings. Doesn't like my spelling for some reason, but that is correct unless going blind. Okay. Now our title is even better. I'm going back. Color is blue. Material. Let's look at the label, what it is. Material is cotton blend. It is everyday. All season is fine. Pattern, it's solid, even though it has dots in it, so I guess we're gonna pick dots. Although it is not really a polka dot. But it is blue with black dots on it, so we're gonna leave it alone. Okay, it was made in China. We want to pre-fill that. Especially if you're doing the international shipping. That part is important for them for their export and import taxes. Okay. You can add any item specifics you want. So let's do that. I like to add all the measurements inside the item specific. So let's put measurements in. Let's add waist. And then let's measure our waist. And it's going up to 12 inches. And click save. Let's add one more. Let's add inseam. And let's measure that. And it's going to be 25. Okay, let's add that. Now, this is the place where you want to add all your funky special keywords that you feel like you didn't get to put in the title. Because Cassini will search your item specific. So for instance, if you want to put your pattern print, I wouldn't put it in the title because honestly, how many people are going to search pants by a particular print? Not many. However, there will be a few who will want a very specific print or they're looking to match something and they will type it in. For those people, you want to put it in the item specific. So you can add, just like we did here, you can add pattern and then put in what it is and add it to the item specific because this is the area that Cassini will still search. And so if somebody is coming in and typing in pants in geographic pattern and you have it in there, boom, they will come up in the search. So use item specifics to your full advantage, overstuff them. Don't skip out on item specifics. They're very important for your listing. Now let's talk about the details, the body of the listing itself. Do not use any templates. They take a while to open. Cassini doesn't like them. They're not mobile friendly. You don't need all those little bells and whistles. People just want to know what the item is. They want to buy it and they want to move on. Keep in mind that Google will only pick up the first 250 characters of the body of your description. So everything that is important and everything that pertains to the item needs to go in the first 250 characters. Your little rules and whatever else you want to say about free shipping and returns and all that stuff should be the second portion of your listing. They should be after your 250 characters. I would not recommend writing any crazy rules. Nobody really is reading them, and eBay has very set returns and shipping rules, and so if you really must, if you feel bad, and if you feel like your listing is incomplete, if you didn't put them in, go for it. But honestly, not that many people are reading it, so save your time and the time it takes you to write all them out. You could list 2 more items. So let's talk about the format. You want it to be very Google friendly. What I do is I just copy the title. I go down here, I paste the title, and I remove the size. And you can put this in bold if you like. That is totally fine. You want to keep your stuff around 14 in size and font size. Don't go above or below. Remember, Google Cassini. Those are our only... They're not people, they're like machines. Those are the only 2 algorithms we care about. There you go. Okay, now, what do we do with the actual body? Now we're going to write this for computer and people to be easy to read. And this is the format Google likes, and this is the format I do. So we're going to type. Oops. If I could type. Next line, let's do style. Brand. Materials. Color. If you want to put in pattern in here, you can do it as well. I usually leave that out, but it's up to you. Measurements. Condition. And country of manufacture. Okay, those are the only guys you want in bold. You can continue. Whatever you have in here, you can continue. Here's what I do. I also put in stock number. And that's how I keep my inventory. So, type. They are pants. Now this part, you don't want to be bolded out. This is a normal part. Style. Brand. Material. Let's look that up. 79%. Apparently I cannot spell either. Color, blue, wet, black, dots. Measurements. Okay. Waist was 12. And then inseam was 25. Now, you can see that we're pretty much repeating item specific back in our description. But that is kind of the format we're going for Google's and Cassini's sake. Okay, condition used. And this is where, you know, you could put a dash on and describe if there is any stains. I'm looking over mine right now. I don't see any, no rips, stains, or peeling. I probably should put word no in front of it, because some special person will not know how to read this right. The country is no. And over here I will put 0001, because that will be the box that those pens will go in, and when they sell, I'm going to look and see, and since it says 0001, that's the box I'm going to go in and pull that up. And that's all I really do for the body. But this is the format you want to go in. This is how, when Google is scrolling through your listing, this is how they are going to read it. And this is, if whatever you put in here, if you're running out of space in the title and everything, it will still come up. If the first 250 characters of your listings have it, of your description, it will still come up in the search. You can write special notes after this part and, you know, say whatever it is you want to say. I choose not to, but if you wanted to communicate with your buyer, I guess this is the place where you are going to do it. Then you pick if it's an auction or a fixed price. Now, everything that came out of my kid's closet are going to be auctions. I am going to do 5 days. And it's not letting me. And I don't know why. Maybe because it's a new account and it wants me to do. Nope, it let me. We could do buy it now price of $9.99, I guess. I don't know who would be crazy enough to pay that, but let's just go with that. Okay, my PayPal is in there. Shipping. Let's talk about shipping. Cassini likes free shipping. Or so I'm told. Here's the thing, guys. I have tested this out. I have took one account and I have listed pants for $19.99 with $3 shipping. And they sold very well. You know, 4 or 5 pants a day. And on my second account, I listed exact same stuff, exact same pants, same sizes, same brands, and I did $19.99 with free shipping. I still sold the same amount of them a week. I have not seen the difference. So, even though everybody, including eBay, says Cassini likes free shipping, I don't know if that is the fact. I have not seen that. I see a lot more slower sales when you don't fill out all your item specifics, or your titles are not right, or your description is in a different format than with the shipping. So I, on this account, will do free shipping. If you guys want to charge for shipping, I probably wouldn't advise it in the beginning, because with the Cassini and the Google, you also have to consider your buyers, and you in the beginning want to guarantee sales because you want movement. If stuff don't sell, your feed is starting to get stale, and then your account just moves down the line. So for me personally, I'm gonna pick free shipping. Now, I also heard this other theory, and I actually went to a seminar a few years back when eBay was still doing live on location, and we had a whole class on that. And Google sees free shipping as incomplete information, and they put you down in the search. So it's like catch-22. Cassini supposedly wants free shipping. Google supposedly doesn't. So this is what was advised to me, and I've been using that on most of my accounts, and it works great. So I like to pick the slowest shipping possible and make that free. Then offer additional services. I will pick first class and offer that at $1.99. And then for those people who need it like sooner, we're gonna pick priority, and we can offer that at $3.99. I'm just making that up. You guys can do whatever you want on here. I will make, probably next video, we will do on shipping. We will do like complete shipping. But remember that the items are so light. They're all going to be under 8 ounces. So no matter what you put in those fields, you are talking 260. I probably should not say that because all of my accounts are top rated plus with a bunch of discounts on them, and this one's new, so I don't know, like it's 260-ish I want to say, because this account doesn't have top rated or power sellers, so the shipping discount probably won't be there. But you're looking at under $3 to ship it first class, and then if we're going to be shipping it priority, we're going to be putting it in a flat rate box, so it's going to be $6 something. You could put $6 in here, but you know, we're trying to be nice. If we were gonna ship it free first class anyway, might as well build in that discount. And then of course, 1 day shipping would be priority express. We can pick flat rate envelope, and I like to make that like ridiculously high so nobody really picks it. But I think honestly it's about $17 or something, you know, by the time you add eBay fees and stuff. That's kind of, but for somebody who really needs it overnight, which I cannot see why, but you know, maybe they'll need this pair of pants overnight. They have that option. So this is kind of how both worlds are happy. Cassini is supposedly happy because it's free shipping, and then Google does no longer sees it as incomplete, and they're happy as well. So on here, I'm going to put 8 ounces. Now, the reason I do this, and the next video, hopefully we'll sell a bunch of stuff. Fingers crossed. I know we will. And I will do a complete shipping video. We'll talk about it. But if you pre-fill this right now, and if you don't have a scale, guys, eBay, it's like $17. There, I think there's even one I saw $14. It's pretty decent. I can include the scale I have. In fact, if I pick it up, this is what I have. And it works perfectly. You put stuff on there, boom. If you want to make it bigger, smaller, if you have stuff that are spilling over. But anyway, this is my little guy. And he was fairly cheap, under $20. So look it up on eBay, look it up on Amazon. Thrift it if you have to. Target sells them, Walmart sells them. You can use a kitchen scale from Bed Bath & Beyond and use a coupon, but have a scale. So in here you will put in your weight. If you put in your weight when we ship, it's gonna be much easier. Your handling time, we're gonna shoot for 1 day because we're doing this, we're looking at the big picture, and we want to be top rated, power seller. We want all those little badges to our name. So we're going to try one day. Now, if you can't make it one day, put in the realistic one. If it's going to take you 3 days to ship it, put 3 days. I apologize for the noise. My kids are upstairs running with blades, and that's the banging you hear. So if you put the weight in now, it's going to be one less category for you to add. Well, not category, the field for you to pre-fill when we're actually doing shipping. Okay, and now here we are. Returns. Change policy. All right. Guys, if the buyer totally hates your item, they'll find something wrong with it and they'll return it. Stop being a pain about it. Take the return. Honestly, on my account that I have over 6,000 items, I get... Okay, I ship close to 100 every day, and I get maybe 25 to 30 returns a month. It is nothing. You're not going to have every single person wanting a return. If you're going to have 1 out of 100, it's not the end of the world. But psychologically, it makes buyers feel better too, that they have an option to return it. Now, even if somebody gets it and they hate the item, half of them will forget that they need to ship it back. But psychologically, it makes it feel like there is a way out, and returns are not that scary, really. eBay wants 30 days, give eBay 30 days. Remember that the buyers can open item not as described for 60 days, or I think 30. I think they can leave feedback for 60 days, but non-described. I will have to look that up. I don't remember that on top of my head. So give them 30 days, money back. Shipping is gonna be paid by buyer. Here, you can do 20% restocking fee. This is what's going to cover that $260 that you are going to pay to ship it to the buyer. If you want to be like super nice and say no, and say no restocking fee, you can do that too, or you can charge less. I charge restocking fee because I feel like it prevents, it lowers the percent of rentals when you do clothing. And again, that's another video, and I will do that. I have a system worked out on the whole, preventing unnecessary returns. And I will show you that in detail. Maybe next video we'll do shipping for sure, and then maybe video after that. And we still have to fit in taxes in there. So maybe in like 2 weeks we will do the how to, help your buyers not to use your stuff for a party and then send it back to you. And of course, if you want to do no return, that's fine. You could do it. Overall, if you are thinking of it as a business that will actually replace your 9 to 5 and stuff, you're going to lose some benefits if you don't offer returns. I don't recommend it. But, free country, we do as we pleased. Save. And then boom, that is it. Continue. And it doesn't like something but shipping. Does not apply. Let's see what it doesn't like. Oh, for some reason it didn't took our prices. Let's retype them. And now let's say continue. Okay, I am going to have to set up my PayPal. Because this is my first... I think I'm gonna have to set up because this is my first listing ever on this account. But let's just see what happens when I click. No, it listed it. Okay, so I don't know what that message was because I remember hooking one up. Okay, our first listing, yay! We're on the way to make lots and lots of money. Okay, this is it? This is our first listing. Let's see what it looks like. So it's for an auction for 5 days. This is our beautiful title, our item specifics, and here is our listing details, and boom. Now, this listing did take us some time, wouldn't you agree? Because it was first one and we set that up and it took a while. Now, if you do it the way I explained to you last video, and if you have sorted all your stuff like I did, now I have a whole pile of girls' pants. So I'm going to pick the next pair, which is also the same brand as this one, because I did my job and I pre-sorted them super good. So look how easy the second listing will be. I'm gonna click sell similar, and it's the same brand, it's the same category. It is jeans. It is no longer, yeah, it is denim. Okay, but I know what, it's kind of black, it doesn't look that way to me. I will remove it. Let's see if it's still skinny leg. Stretch adjustable waist, yes it is. A size I can add in there now because I took the denim out. Condition still, so size still 10. You know, if you're listing conveyor of stuff from the thrift store, you're pretty much gonna be changing size, because I really don't know if you're gonna find all of the same sizes, but it's still pre-owned. Remove all the pictures, open this up, go down, find the pants, select all, open, give it a second, it's loading them up. I don't list from the phone. I never have. You know, I've been doing this for so long, guys. This is like coming up to 8 years. So, when I started, it was more of a computer gig versus the phone gig. I went through so many changes on eBay. So I'm so used to the computer. To me, it's the fastest. Plus, when I'm sitting at my desk, sitting straight with a bucket of clothes, I feel like I'm actually at work and I get more done. And that's why I'm going to be showing you most of the stuff on the desktop. Okay, back to item specifics. Pictures are in, does not apply. Color, size is the same, brand is the same, style is the same. Now it is black. It is no longer that, it is floral now. The rest are the same. Let's see if it's still made in China. It sure is. I'm gonna measure the waist, because the waist on those guys, oh no, it's not buttoned. Yep, 12 as well. And I'm gonna remeasure the inseam, and I have a tape glued to my desk. I have posted the Instagram picture on that so you guys can see it. Now this one is 24, so that's really what I gotta change. It's 24. And then I go in here, since I took out over there, I'm going to take it out over here. I'm going to check the material, and it is 62 cotton on this one. You can also put material in item specific. When I am listing a 99 item, I really don't, but when I'm listing a $40 dress, I will definitely, I'm just going to do color black. I will definitely add material in the item specific. Okay, this one gets changed to 24. The rest are all fine. It's still going in the same box. Everything here is pre-filled. You just click continue and boom. Because I was talking to you, I'm gonna have to work out that PayPal issue. I don't know what it's having problem with, but I will go back and double check. It might not be linked to my account yet because it's new. Okay. 2 pants listed. Now, because I'm talking to you, it's obviously taking a little longer than it would have taken if I was just, concentrating on less talking and more clicking. And that's what you guys should do. Next. Click on it. Sell similar. Let's sell something with a different brand, just so we can see that it's also easy to do. The next one will be Gymboree. So I'm just going to change that over there, girls' pants. Let's see if it's skinny leg. It is. I am going to remove that. And adjustable waist, yes. And I'm going to put side zipper. The size on them is 8 actually. Okay, pre-owned. Did I spell Gymboree wrong? I don't know why it keeps highlighting my stuff. It just doesn't like me today, seems like. Okay, remove pictures. Open down, finding those pants. They are right here. Select all the pictures. And when my girls photograph, they usually take a big top and they photograph the first item goes in the bottom of the top and then all the way to the last one. So when I listed, they're all in order because, for the training purposes, I have pulled a few out and they're out of order. But when you're photograph in the same order you will be listing. It will make it so much easier. Okay, does not apply. Now we're gonna change this to Gymboree. There you go. We're gonna change this to 8. This is actually going to be just a straight leg. This will be blue. Let's take a look, see what it's made out of. It's still cotton blend. This will go to solid. And I don't see solid. What's happening? I'm going to have to type that in. There you go. Every day, all season. Who made you? China made you. What is your waist? Your waist is also 12. Well, who knew? And what is your inseam? Your inseam is 24.5. Okay. Copy. Go down. Highlight. Paste. Remove the size. We're gonna put, what did we pick it under? Classic. And this one becomes Gymboree. And then we're going to adjust, it is 79% cotton. 20. It is blue. 24.5. And the rest are all the same. List. And off we go. I have another Gymboree here. And we're going to list another one. And this this one will be butt cut. And it's size 8, and there's no more side zipper. I don't know why it doesn't like my wording today. Okay, so we have some room. Look, 18 characters. Let's see what we can add to it. Okay, let's put denim, because that's exactly what it is. We're gonna add word size. Is it adjustable? It sure is. Okay, 8 characters. We could keep on typing. For 99-cent item, we're not going to. Go and look at where this pair is. It is right here. Open. And off it goes. It doesn't like one of my pictures. Nope, still doesn't like it. I saved it funny or something. Nope. Alright. I guess that picture doesn't get in here. Are they also size 8? Yes, they are. So Jamboree is already here. Let's don't forget, does not apply. Size 8. Now this gets changed to boot cut. They are still blue. They are a cotton blend. They are salad. Okay. They are... Wow, they're not zipped. I'm like, why am I getting a whole inch here? This is why. They are... Actually, they're 11.5. That's probably because I need to take the adjustment thing completely off. Seeing as I adjusted it to my daughter. Okay, and it is 25. Okay, let's copy the title. Okay, put that in here. And then this will become, oh, we gotta remove size. This will become boot cut. And you know what we forgot? We forgot size. Nowhere on here are size. Well, that's nice. Still Jamboree. Let's do size. It's like, why am I missing a line? This is why I'm missing a line, because I did not bother to remember about the size. Okay, size is 8. I will go back and adjust the rest of them, but you do want to have size in them. Okay, material. Let's see what you are. You're 85% cotton, and you are 14% polyester. And you're still 1% spandex. 11.5 in here. 25 in there. And it's still made in China? Nope. It is made in Bangladesh. Okay, and then when we go here, it's no longer China, it's Bangladesh. There you go. Okay, the rest all stays. Continue. It's gonna tell me something about PayPal, which I'll go figure out. And boom. Okay, so let's go eBay selling. Look at that, guys. We have listed 4 items already. And here they are. Now, we will talk in one of the future videos about stores. I do believe you guys should get a store. We will gonna give it about a week or 2 without a store, and then we're gonna open one, and I will walk you through that from the beginning to an end. But this applies to anything you're listing. Just make sure you're listing one category at a time. Pick your category, list your first item, and then the rest of them are just going like a conveyor belt, and you're just sitting here and really adjusting the titles very little, because majority of the words are going to be the same. You're just changing the brand, you're changing the size, you're tweaking a word here and there, you're changing item specifics as needed, and you're changing a few things in the description. Pictures get changed, and you click list, and that's pretty much all you do. And then you just list. So, today is, let's take a look, see what today is. Today is 1/6, and it's 6:30. I'm going to finish the video. I'm going to edit it, and I'm gonna try to get it up for you guys online today. But for the next week, I'm going to attempt to have 100 items up, if not more. Now, keep in mind, I do have other stores. I have assistants, which is awesome, and they do a lot of work on those stores. But I also run them. I do a lot of my own listing. And managing sounds easy, but it does take time as well. And I have a family like the rest of us, so my life is busy, and I don't like to work 24/7. I do take time to play. So if I can do 100 listing and brand new account, let's say by Monday, then you guys should be able to do 300, because you don't have 3 other accounts that are stealing your time. But we are going to check in on this account next week and see how far we got, and see if some of our loser items started selling. And now I did a 5-day auction, so I'm probably gonna wait 5 days, and when I do the next video, we're gonna do it on shipping. I'm gonna wait for some of that to sell and be paid. Okay guys, that's it. I'm gonna leave it here. Have fun listing. List. That is the phrase of the day. That is the phrase of my life. Don't waste your time when you are listing. Get in a zone and just list. You spend an hour listing, you're probably gonna like truly listing, and not going in social medias and not getting distracted. You're probably going to get as much done as if you dinked around for a week and pretended to list. So get in a zone, get them hammered out, so you can move on to bigger and better things. I will check in with you next week. Hopefully we will have stuff to ship. I will be listing in the meanwhile. You guys are welcome to check this account as much as you want. Keep in mind that Cassini will eventually punish me for that. And I'm okay with that, because this account is strictly for teaching. So there will be a point, I think, where my sales will start falling off, and they will kind of start dying. And that is because you all will be clicking on things, nobody will be buying things, and Cassini will start thinking that my listings on this account are not relevant. But we will cross that bridge when we get there, and actually it will be interesting to see at one point Cassini decides that we are not relevant. But we'll figure that out as we go. You know, this is strictly for teaching purposes. Plus, I am curious to see how far we can take it and how much money we can make strictly on shopping bins. After I list everything from my kid's closet, I will probably make a really short video on what I picked up at the thrift store and at the bins, and we're going to maybe list a few of those, and then you guys can of course check out and see what's listed on the account. Okay, if you want to learn anything else, and obviously I'm doing it step by step, but if you have any questions or you feel like I skipped something or something wasn't clear, feel free to leave a comment. I do read them. I will make a video, specific video on something if you're requesting that. Otherwise, have a very profitable weekend. Work hard, list, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.